check if my inventory is empty, or stash rather. Yeah, I did mill off. Pause. I think that's everything, so it's time to unblind. Okay. Excuse me.
Good day.
Spin to win. I don't think Act 1 can upgrade. Full plate mail. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are all going to be normal tier. I poked around, if I remember. Oh, but that was... never mind. I looked at the Apex calculator here, which is for 1.10, I think. By LAS. Oh, so that's probably super accurate. Because if this is... well, you maybe can't see this, but it says LAZ. Let's see. Nope. If that's the guy who made Median XL, then this is going to be really accurate. But I think it's for 1.10 plus. It might be for 1.14. But I looked at the Apex calculator for Monarch. And Magic ones. Let's see, Magic in 1.10 plus to see, I looked at Jewelers, which is 1 in 326, and then I picked each of the suffixes that I would be potentially interested in. I didn't mean to download that, but okay, sure. Wait, does that literally... did I download the picture or did I just create an item? Whatever. So I picked each of the affixes that I might be interested in having, and it was still like, if I were going to try a Monarch rack, then it was going to be, I think, 2,000 hours on a 12-second rack. So, alright, then a nice jeweler's Monarch of whatever is not going to be on my wish list. It's pretty wild. And that was picking like deflecting and Colossus and damage reduction and all kinds of things. So definitely eye-opening to see such terrible odds. Which, I'm used to seeing terrible odds, I guess, for various things. Grand Charm. Warhammer. Is it ethereal? No.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna go look at that item. Open file location. Okay, it is. I did just save a picture, not like an actual item creation file. Excuse me. But it may be that that site lets you do hero editing, which news to me. Although it would still limit you only to items that can actually drop, which Hero Editor does not do.
I can't carry anymore.
I think Hero Editor limits you to items that the game is able to interpret, which is a much bigger list.
Stay a while and listen.
Bolts.
Hello. Yes.
Hmm.
Good to see you. I can't carry anymore.
There's a ring. Oh,
Stay a while and listen.
well, I clicked on it, but it was under the waypoint. Or not the waypoint, the town portal. Okay.
I can't carry anymore. overburdened.
Hmm. Hello, Junio? Juniox? No, not yet. I just started today, and I did not get like super lucky and drop something immediately. 11 minutes. I think this is like run 4 or something.
Good day.
I pick up, I don't know if you've seen my stuff before, but I pick up a lot of random garbage that can be used as consumables, like cubing items. So like every tier of every gem. Uh, hmm? Yeah, for crafting. Um, and not just like, you know, crafting to make orange named items, but any various cube recipes. In 1.08, I make resistance rings. In 1.10a, I was making magic items with too many sockets. I did a lot of berserker axes for a chance at 5-socket berserker axes with prefix and suffix. And the best result, the one that I kept, was Grandmaster's Berserker Axe of Slaying with 5 sockets, which I'll be using potentially on a Duriel runner in 1.10. So, and then I kept, when I was doing those, I didn't use my chipped gems. So eventually I'll probably use some of my chipped gems in 1.09. For the infamous 3-chip gem recipe to make like a cruel berserker axe of quickness or whatever. I do some crafting here in 1.07, but there's not many recipes that I go for.
I am overburdened.
Mainly the weapon and glove recipes.
I am overburdened.
And then I also pick up and look at a lot of blue items, like magic items. So, you know, some of them because they can just be good on their own, and then some because in 1.07, Larzuk is able to give too many sockets to some magic items. I have not played D2R, and I probably won't.
Stay a while and listen.
Not because I already have like enough stuff that I'm trying to do in older versions of the game that I don't need even more stuff to do. And the ultimate goal for me is making a druid in 1.14 that farms using hurricane only, so no need to cast tornado. And so in some vague way, everything that I do is intended to work progress towards that goal. Yeah, I haven't, because I play mostly in older versions, I haven't found many high runes at all. And I haven't found, you know, the Grail because that's not what I specifically hunt for. Like here in 1.07, mainly what I farm for is going to be consumables to use in Herodric Cube recipes. I shop for Druid Pelts at Elzix in 1.07, and then I craft weapons and gloves. And in general, the High Council is good at dropping all of the things that I care about in this version. So that's why I farmed them. This is all single player. I'm unaware of any realms or any private servers that host these old versions. I think there's a 1.09 server. I've been told that there's a 1.09 server, but I've never even heard of any servers for 1.07 or like 1.0.
I am overburdened. Greetings.
Oh, that had a lot of stuff. I have a third-party program, so once my inventory is full, you'll see it called Atma V. It's a Roman numeral, so Atma 5, which lets me mule. It turns items into text files and vice versa. And so I have a unlimited stash size. Limited by hard drive space, which is not a limit because they're so small. And so more limited by patience and or willingness to
Can't carry anymore.
hoard items.
Good day.
Muling thousands of gems around can be a bit tedious, so not everyone would do it. So a 9 gold find, 8 poison resist, small charm. Poison not really the resist that you're looking for on a gold find charm, but I don't have a gold find charm set, so I'll hold on to it. Let's see.
I am overburdened.
Ring circlet. Some of the items that I'm wearing, actually I think most of the items that I'm wearing are 1.07 specific. So here's my weapon. Scourge is not the optimal weapon choice. I chose it out of desire to make it happen rather than efficiency. The best would be to go like Colossus Blade, probably, or maybe Highland Blade. The crafted weapon here could roll over 500 enhanced damage. I got 326. And then it came with 40 attack speed, which is really nice because then I didn't have to put Shay runes in it. The 8th rune is basically makes it so you can't miss because it sets the enemy's defense to negative 25%. I think it results in them having an actual negative number on their defense stat. This is the equivalent of 07 or 08 Gaze and Gladiator's Bane. And then this I use for the amplified damage on attack, which does work with Whirlwind in 1.07. I have this sword, which I shopped. So 3 barbarian combat skills and 5 amplified damage on attack. And then Larzuk gave it 4 sockets, which I filled with cold and lightning resist jewels. Because here the conviction does minus 140% to my resists when the council spawns with it, and so I overstacked lightning and cold resist for when their conviction lightning cold enchanted. Natalia boots, 37 mana after each kill ring. This is probably the most replaceable item that I'm wearing because it doesn't really matter. I have mana leech. And this is a bugged item. Yeah, 37, that's right. This is a bugged item from 1.07 cube recipes. So the sapphire plus thawing potion plus ring recipe that makes a magic ring with cold resist. When it rolls triumphant, which is 1 mana after each kill, all of the cold resist from the recipe also becomes mana after each kill in version 1.07 only. You can forward this items to use in later versions and it still works. So I could use this in 1.14, but I can only make it in 1.07. I have the Mavina Tenet for, this is a maximum mana leech roll and the 40 run walk. And let's see. Run walk here in 1.07 is linear, no diminishing returns. So item run walk is equivalent to skill run walk. Dwarf star that I wear for the magic damage reduction. That's mainly what I'm looking for there. This crafted bugged life leech glove. 1.07 blood crafts are all bugged to have potential for too much life steal. So this one is 27% life steal on a glove. So that's really nice. This, I might be able to replace this with Laying of Hands if I ever take the time to find one. And then my charms generally are also 1.07 specific with too much maximum damage. So 16 maximum damage, 35 life grand charm, 12 maximum damage, 28 life small or large charm. Steel of Maiming, so 118 attack rating, 20 max damage grand charm. The prefix and suffix can each have maximum damage with a maximum roll of 20 on each for a potential of a serrated grand charm of Maiming having 40 maximum damage. I don't have any of those. And then this 27 life, 17 all res grand charm, 25 life, 34 lightning res out of 36 possible on the single affix. This is probably my favorite charm that I have. 318 run walk, small charm. Here's a 3 minimum damage, 20 life, small charm. It's perfect roll. 11 maximum damage, small charm. 1 away from perfect roll. It goes up to 12 with serrated of maiming. And then 12 max, 21 life. So that's my gear set. And then I just have Warcry and cast rate on Switch. Cast speed, I should say. To not sound like a very unpleasant word. So basically everything that I'm wearing is 1.07 specific. With a few exceptions. It's been a while since I actually did a gear check, but there you go. That ring, the 37 mana after each kill.
Impossible.
I want something similar to that, but with casting speed and magic find. And high mana after each kill to use on the Hurricane Druid.
I am overburdened. Yes.
So that he doesn't have to use Insight on the Mercenary. So that the Mercenary can have Conviction. So no Insight, and also then I wouldn't have to wear Phoenix to replace the Insight, because the ring would replace the Insight. At least in theory.
Good day.
What the? Did I just change whatever that was? No. And then in general, I am a low effort player. So things being tedious is okay. It's tedious in like a boring way. Things being input intensive is not okay. So I play builds that require very few button presses or inputs. And if something could make it slightly more effective but adds more button presses, then I probably won't do that thing. So, just for example, the Pit Berserker is a build that I will never play because it's too intensive. So here, like, in general, the only skills I use, I can access by just simply switching my weapons.
I can't carry anymore.
The waypoints is, I used to not even have Act 4 and Act 5, so that when I would go to a different act and come back, I could just click anywhere over here. And then I try to only pick the waypoints for areas that I might farm, so that I can't, like, click on the wrong waypoint.
Greetings.
And since this guy was only intended to farm potentially Lower Kurast and Travancore, I don't really care which waypoints he had in the other acts. I personally do not enjoy questing. So I don't, like, make a ton of effort during that part of the gameplay. I like farming whatever my target is for that character. And I try to make the farming as simple and straightforward as possible. Let's see, this one, and then there was a barbarian hat.
Good day.
Oh, curses. Okay, let's throw this in here. I keep all skillers, even if they're not useful. Okay. Okay, so I'll go repair, and then you'll see the muling program.
Hello.
Any nice armors for me? No. Okay. Any heavy gloves for me? No. Okay, so this one called Atma 5. And then it has this folder that lets me pick my guy. And then this other folder that lets me pick various stashes that you can give whatever name you want. And this is an unsorted stash of all the random junk that I have collected in the last several days or weeks. Once it reaches 1,000 items or more, then I start a new one. So all of these, let's see. Yeah. Y, W, V, U, and T are all full of 1,000 either junk items or interesting charms, or things that might need sockets. And then when I sort them, I have these other stashes. So for example, Topaz 4 has 1,000 topazes of any tier in it. Stuff like that. The runes here are extremely rare. They're in 1.07, they're like 5 times, or the high runes are in general about 5 times more rare than 1.14. So I could realistically expect if I were to get this character to 99 to never see a rune above like Ohm. So far the highest that he's found is Vex. I think I have like Vex ist Mal Mal, and then
I am overburdened.
a bunch of lower mid runes, like several pull and nothing that you're gonna use.
Stay a while.
So the rune words in 1.07, the game wasn't finished, so a lot of them don't actually generate the rune word they're supposed to. The alphabetically, it like I think it stops somewhere like halfway through D in the alphabet, where the rune words are actually completed. So anything further in the alphabet than that, like with the item name, is just going to do the rune bonuses and then like 25% poison resist as like a placeholder bonus. And the name may or may not appear correctly. When forwarded, the rune words are not the same, so they generally are just going to become gemmed items. And then the only interesting rune word here, I think, is Tur El Nef in some weapons. And it just makes a silly name. Rune word not X-lated, call Ken is the name of the item. So rune word not translated. And then in version 1.08, which is, the one right after this, all rune words except for Ancient's Pledge, which is the Gwalkek reward, are realm only. So you can't get them in single player. So the long answer is yes. The short answer is basically no. Eld. And I pick up all the white items and like drink the potions and stuff just to get rid of clutter. Also, you'll see the rune's text name is white, so I want to make sure I don't miss one. No, you cannot cube up runes until I think 1.09, and you can't cube up runes higher than Thul until 1.10. So if there's a rune you want, it has to drop from a monster or a chest. The super chest patterns are not very useful, especially if you're playing without, which I'm playing without, a mod that gives you player settings. Then there's not really any good high rune patterns. There is a single low pattern, like LO, in Lower Kurast.
Good day.
And then I think it's like low Vex Gulgul are the what you might call high runes. So that would be a lot of super chest rune runs on players 1 just to get something interesting. Hello, Thrasher.
Greetings.
I would say that in general, the main draw for 1.07 is going for most players will be this ring or ones like it, and then after that, the charms, and then after that, some combination of the uniques that have changed from old versions to modern ones, and the bugged crafted item recipes. Lum rune? Is that crafting? Is that, yeah, that's amulets. Okay. So let me go get an amulet.
Greetings.
Yeah, I think on JSP, there was a list of the rune words and what they do. Um, and most of them are not enabled, so they just do 25 poison resist. Okay. And one of the, I guess for the crafted items, the two main bugs, I guess three main bugs. There's more to it than that, but the three main bugs is blood crafts can get too much lifesteal. All crafted items can get magic only affixes, so they're not limited to only the rare affixes. They can get magic. And then weapons and armors and shields can get 3 socket, or not can, do get 3 sockets from Larzuk, or the maximum amount of sockets that they're able to get if it's less than 3. Okay, the fast run walk here is 1%. 6 life steal. Yeah, no good. Hmm. 15 dexterity. Yeah, lum runes are relatively rare. But they're used for amulet crafting. And then Ko is for the rings, and then Fal makes greater crafted weapons, and Hort makes the lesser crafted weapons. And then I use Shay for the greater crafted blood glove. So those are the crafting runes that I watch out for. I used to do Tur for lesser blood gloves and Eld for lesser blood boots. But I don't do those two anymore. And then the runes item level is used as part of the crafting recipe formula to determine the item level of the item you make. So it's best to use the rune immediately after it drops without save and exit first. So that's why you'll see whenever I get one of my preferred crafting runes, I use it immediately.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, too much clutter.
I am overburdened.
Okay, generally I don't get this much clutter, but every once in a while there's too much stuff, and so I have to do this to make sure I see everything. It can roll higher than 511 enhanced damage, but it truncates after you save and exit. So like if you rolled, 530, then after you save and exit, it becomes 511. If you then put an enhanced damage jewel or an ohm rune in it, then the bonus from that does stay. So like if you had 511 and you put an ohm rune in, then it will be 561.
I am overburdened.
If you craft an ethereal weapon, then it becomes not ethereal. I don't know if you can use other bases that are ethereal. But if you can, then they become not ethereal. The crafted weapon recipe will accept any weapon as input, no restrictions at all. If it's a weapon, it accepts it. The armors and shields and stuff are specific. If it asks for a certain base, it has to be that base. So that's how I was able to make my Wurtzleg. Oh, I can show you that if you're still here, Tunio. An example of what crafting in 1.07 can do. Uh, I made a pretty interesting Wart's leg. Is that everything? Yeah. Which I'll be using, like, on a character someday. Uh, 3-socket crafted Wart's leg from Larzuk. So 3 sockets is from Larzuk. 3 elemental skills is magic only. And so that's the only affix that I cared about is the 3 elemental skills. And then 3 sockets. This will eventually get 3 plus 5 cold facets, making it about 1% less good than simply a 6-faceted weapon for a Hurricane Druid. So because it's such a silly item, I will sacrifice that 1% and use it. Also, it means 3 less facets that I have to farm, which I need a lot, so it helps. How much gold? Okay, I need to gamble. Yeah, you can craft throwing potions. You can craft, like, Kalim's flail. And the Hellforge hammer. You can recraft a crafted weapon, which is what I do. If it doesn't get, if you don't want it, you just use it again. So you can use the same base over and over. Which is convenient. Sapphire. Wow. Show me heavy gloves. And then another interesting thing is you can imbue crafted items. So you can imbue a crafted amulet to get a rare amulet, for example. And yes, you can feed the amulet. Charcy will accept it. Alright, if I don't see a glove soon, I'm just going to do circlets. There we go. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Shark skin. But the potions don't have an affix pool, so you only get the crafted item bonus. You don't get like affixes. Unlucky. Heavy, heavy. Shark skin, heavy. And then I'm gonna go get a drink real quick once I finish here. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Alright. Hiding behind the tree. Okay. Back at it. So yeah, so far no cool drops. The only one that kind of vaguely was cool, the poison resist gold find charm, but poison resist isn't really the affix you want on a gold find charm.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore. Yes? Hello.
Okay, I keep all skillers, even if they're not particularly useful.
Greetings.
2 to necromancer skills. It's kind of funny. Interesting.
Hello. Yes.
Um, no. Not that I know of. Because there's no up tier recipe. And the game already correctly does not generate ethereal indestructible items. So,
Stay a while and listen.
there is no way to generate an ethereal phase blade that I am aware of.
What do you need?
Only by up-tiering a rare version. So if you got an ethereal dimensional, or yeah, dimensional blade or crystal sword, that's a rare, and then you upgrade it, then you could have an ethereal rare phase blade. It's the only method of making ethereal phase blades that I know of.
Good day. Not here.
Which I think is 1.10 or higher only.
I am overburdened. Hello. I am overburdened.
And then I guess, you know, you could also up tier like the unique ones.
I can't carry anymore. Yes?
You could do that, yes. The game will allow it.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened. Stay a while and listen.
2 hurricanes.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Oh, I didn't see you say goodbye, Tunio.
Good day.
Oh, I missed a whole bunch of messages. A way to make crafting. Hmm. I am unaware of any items that don't work when forwarded except for the rune words. So you can forward any item and it will still function. Except for the 1.07 rune words, which become gemmed items.
I can't carry anymore. Greetings. I can't carry anymore. Good day.
The 1.10s call to arms works. The 1.10a does not. You can only use it in A. It's Ral Mal Ist, 4 sockets. And when forwarded, it becomes gemmed.
I can't carry anymore. Greetings.
20 life on a small charm. Oh, I need to mule off. Okay.
I am overburdened. Good to see you. I am overburdened.
It's going to be a long list. Oops, I missed one.
Good to see you.
Oops.
greetings.
I can't carry anymore.
Hmm.
Welcome.
There's no necromancer skills on wands. I don't play necromancer here, so it never mattered to me. So if that's something I knew, I just ignored it.
Hey.
I think I did know that they only get one socket, though. Oh, okay. And I don't think the one socket limit is a crafting thing. Isn't it like wands only get one socket anyway? And then orbs get 0, I think. I don't know. I know there's like a lot of weird stuff with the class only weapons. But I don't know the details because those are not my chase items.
Yes.
That's funny about the rune word. Elemental Druid skills with 22 gold find. Skiller. Okay. Interesting, I guess.
Greetings.
I'm going to have the option available. I don't think that I'll be using it. I probably will want cast speed rings, but I don't know. I'll just have to see. One is going to be 30 mana after each kill ring, and then the other I'm hunting for a classic rare with cast speed and more than 30 magic find. I don't know if I'll ever find one.
Greetings.
But I'll have the option available. I will have Bulkathos ring because I'll be doing my
Day.
facet farming in 1.10a on Duriel. So Quest Bug the Duriel has the best drop chance of facets in the game, and he's also able to drop Bulkathos. So and with the amount of runs that I will have to do, it's perfectly possible that I'll have a matching pair, like same design. Ort rune, I get to craft my Highland Blade. So that's cool. Ghoul Hue becomes Corpse Hue. No good.
Hello.
You mean 8 players because then you can have other people buffing you? Is that what you're referring to? should be able to get your damage to go high enough to roll over back to 0 for most damage types.
I am overburdened.
I think it's somewhere around 65,000. But I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. The only reason I know at all is because of Median XL having to specifically limit damage output to certain values. And so I know 50,000 exactly was a number that mattered, but I think that was only for magic damage. And then the other damage sources, I think it was 65,000. But it might have just been 50,000 for everything. So it won't display that it rolled over here. And poison damage, you would have to get the maximum damage value per tick. So you would need like 50,000 poison damage every time it damages rather than for the duration. So that's one that you wouldn't be able to roll over.
I am overburdened.
What's this? I am overburdened.
Stay a while and listen.
overburdened.
Good day.
I can't carry anymore.
Yes?
Hail to you, champion.
What you need? Good day.
Champion sword. Wouldn't that be like Doombringer if it was a unique? I think so. Talrash's amulet. Yeah, that one was Siverbs. I have several Talrashas. I think. I have at least one. I don't know. I don't know how many. And you can get a prismatic Talrasha's amulet for the low price of 24,000 perfect gems on average. Amazing. Ort rune. I get to craft my Highland blade. Nice.
I am overburdened.
So Corpse Hue becomes Wraith Mar. No good. In general, I won't be really attempting the prismatic amulet recipe simply because it's so expensive. And if I do attempt it, then it would be in 1.08 and with a 1.08 High Council runner. But it's not really something that I care about a lot for myself. So I like the ring recipes better. And then crafted amulets would be more what I'm interested in for the potential of 25 cast speed on the 1.08 amulet. But if I get a Stone of Jordan with a single resist, then I might start cubing up the flawless amulets of that gem color only. Oh wait, that doesn't work. It has to be one of each color. Yeah, I probably won't do the prismatic amulet,
And listen.
or only just a few. Especially because the perfect gems are also used to reroll charms, so that makes it really expensive. Um, the 1.08 crafted caster amulet takes Tal. So not too difficult. Although I don't know, you know, how many Tal runes per council run, or how many council runs per Tal rune on average. Who knows? Probably a disturbingly large number.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, there's too much clutter. I definitely need to get rid of some of these items.
I am overburdened.
What? Alright, that's everything.
Yes?
I don't know necessarily that it's more uncommon for runes to drop in general, or if it's just that the high runes have lower ratios per rune.
I can't.
But I would most likely just do it at council anyway. For gems and charms. Instead of trying to do like Arcane Sanctuary or something.
I can't carry.
It's, Trangul armor for the run walk.
Good day.
What do you need?
What do you need?
Was it the one where he uses find item on Witch Doctor Indugu? Or is it another new one? Hmm. Almost 2 hours in and no screenshotted items. I used up all of my luck 2 days ago. Oh, they hotfixed the Indugu one? That's funny.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Greetings.
What's the required level here? 18. That's not bad for level 18. No attack speed. If this had attack speed, I could see actually using it like with full Saigons. There's probably something better. I'm gonna go refill my drink real quick. Okay. Welcome in to my silent viewers and my VOD watchers.
I can't carry anymore.
Yes?
I don't have work today, so I do intend to play a bit longer, but nothing like insane. Probably 3.5 to 4 hours, something in that range.
Greetings.
Ooh, Shave Rune. I get to craft my Vampire Bone Glove.
I can't carry anymore.
Nice. What's this armor? What? Let's go
Yes?
craft that glove before I forget. 2 shapeshifters, 3 feral rages, 2 mauls, level 30. 1 grizzly. I don't know if this is useful, but it looks interesting enough that it might be. Okay. Let's see what glove I got. Put that one and that one. What's this, jewel? Yeah, no good. 3 mana steel, 8 crushing blow. Yeah, no good. Bitter fist. Rip. Okay. Cool. Hello, Rudolbert. Yeah, the grizzly makes it so you don't have to put points down that tree. The only thing, like, I don't know, like, if this got 3 sockets, is it a low-level dueler's item, or is it only, like, a questing item for, like, if you're playing a Feral Rage Druid or something? And I don't know enough about that to know. Yeah, that was a great sentence. Yeah, I don't know enough about that to know about that. English is my first language. Only a native speaker could say something so ridiculous.
I am overburdened.
Yeah, it's interesting enough for me to hold on to. I just don't know, is it good enough to not then later throw it away? Once I have other people's opinions on it. Even so, it's probably good for questing if it got 3 sockets. Or really, even without any sockets, you know, I could see using that for questing. +5 to Feral Rage at level 30. Sure. With a summon Grizzly Bear for free. Yeah. Why not?
I am overburdened.
Sure.
Good day.
Random garbage. There was too much clutter, so I just started picking up random trash. Oh my gosh. Terrible clickery.
I can't carry anymore.
that one. Level 52. I don't know
Good day.
what item levels get how many sockets. There is a chart. I don't know if it's still accurate. Let me see if I can find it. I'll turn off the screen for a second and open up Discord. I think I saved the link. No, let me not have it on escape. Alright, let's load Discord. This will take a minute. So I have a link. I don't know if it's still accurate for 1.07 items or if it's just like 1.14. Copy link. Copied. Unblind. Paste. I don't even know if that has armors or if it's only weapons. But I guess you can, if it doesn't have armors, there's probably a simple way to navigate to armors from there. That's what I used to figure out which weapon I wanted to use the recipe in 1.10a on
Hello.
for the socketed weapons. The socketed magic weapons. And I landed on Berserker Axe for the 5 sockets at level 30.
I can't carry anymore.
Hmm.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Nice. 26 life cold skiller. That is good enough for me to screenshot. Not bad at all. Obviously, I prefer Druid Elemental, but... Oh, this one has self-repair. That's funny. You know, it's not... I could potentially see making cold sorcerers of some sort in some version, so it might get used. Oh yeah, that's a 1.10 calculator. And 1.07 orbs, I think, is 0 sockets. But I think for the ones that have the same amount of sockets available now, it's probably relatively accurate, but who knows? It's tough to say what might have changed between now and then. I don't have to worry about it personally, so I haven't tried to look up the information or ask around about it
I can't carry
because, you know, everything that I find or shop is going to be high enough level to get 3 sockets or however many to get the maximum sockets.
Stay a while
That
and listen.
Hail to you, champion.
any nice armors for me? No. No.
Greetings.
Hello.
Um, what's his name? He wears glasses. He has dark hair that's like starting male pattern baldness, but not crazy. He plays on Saturdays. I've seen him. I was in his chat the other day. I posted him in my Discord server as well, recommending him to the 4 or 5 people that sit in there occasionally. So, and he doesn't. I guess I could say he's exploring version 1.0 because he doesn't know. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. He doesn't know.
Hello.
A lot of things are new and exciting to him there. Yeah, friend of Jim or Jim's friend are both me. The YouTube name Jim's friend as like the @ handle
Good
is already
day.
taken by me like 15 years ago or something. But I don't know the recovery password. And I'm pretty sure, although not 100%, that I set it up with a Proton Mail that I also don't know the recovery for. So it's just a dead account. So I am also a friend of Jim. Which is a name that I used occasionally in the past. On, when I played Counter-Strike. Sometimes I would change my name from Jim's friend to friend of Jim. Because in Counter-Strike, changing your name was literally just a console command, so.
Stay a while and listen.
To Necromancer, replenish life. I don't play anymore. I played, I want to say high school, but I might have already been out of high school. No, it was high school. Yeah, I played in high school
Good day.
because my brother was still living at home. I played almost exclusively in. There were two servers located in Texas that had 32 player maps, and I played almost exclusively on 32 player maps. So 16 versus 16, generally. And so it was like specially modified versions of like Dust 2 or Aztec and stuff to allow 16 spawns per side. And then they also would occasionally go to game maps like gun games or aim or whatever, but for the most part it was like Dust, Dust 2, Office, Italy was really common. They even had Chateau sometimes, Aztec. Train.
I can't.
None of the European maps, so no, like they didn't have Mill or what was the other big European map back then?
I am overburdened.
I don't remember. But like the maps that I think they even started with CPL instead of DE,
Hello.
and they didn't have those. Ooh, Grand Charm, Small Charm, Small Charm. Nice. Gauntlets. What's... There were probably some other maps. It's been so long, I don't remember. Cobble. Yeah, they had Cobble.
Stay a while.
They had a custom map that they would play very rarely called Castle, DE_Castle, which was I'll say an unfinished map because there were places where you could boost into the ceiling and swim, but they would ban you or at least kick you from the server for that. And for whatever reason, I did really, really, really well on that map specifically compared to other maps. Like, usually my kill-death ratio would be about 1, playing primarily with the Desert Eagle at any point in... Like, I would just always just buy Desert Eagle and play with that. Sometimes I would get AK, but for the most part, I was just a Desert Eagle enjoyer. And then, and I got really, really good for a pub player with the Desert Eagle. Like on that map, I would have a kill-death ratio of 3 or 4. I don't know why, I just, for whatever reason, on that map, I just did really well.
Greetings.
Jared Stone. But I'd say after high school, I didn't really play as much.
I
I
overburdened.
switched over to Super Mario World and Diablo 2 instead of like Counter-Strike and Diablo 2 as my primary games. Oh, you know Castle? Not Piranesi, which is a castle. Yeah, I don't know. I just really liked that map, and I did well on it. And the other map that I would do really well, there was one called Aim Op, which was not Op Map. It was different. I was bad on Op Map, but Aim Op, I was good on.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
But that one wasn't on the 32-player server. Sometimes if the servers were already full, then I would go to like an aim map or something else like that. Alright, so Wraith Mar becomes Soul Scythe with 316% enhanced damage to undead. Unlucky. And nothing really here. Okay, an emerald and a jewel. Antlers. Is this Inferno Stride? I think so.
I am overburdened.
Yes.
Greetings.
Okay, time to mule off, and if I remember, I'll grab a Vampire Bone Glove. And I need a jewel. Okay. That's weird. Hello, Itai.
What you need? Not the skill I wanted. The luck from 2 days ago has not returned. But it's not all bad. I had a Lum rune. I've had a few attempts at crafting my weapon, and I have a 26 life
cold skiller. And then 1 attempt at crafting my glove. So, nothing amazing, but not bad. The plan, I'm just,
Good day.
the 1.07 council is kind of what I do when I just kind of want to do something, but not necessarily specifically one of my long-term projects. And it gets me stuff that I use for consumables and a potential to find cool items, whereas most of the other things that I do have much less potential to actually find a neat item, at least currently. So the plan is chill. Low effort gameplay with good chance for interesting drops. And for, let's see, about probably another hour and a half or so.
Hello.
I started early today. I'm off work. And then tomorrow I have work in the afternoon, so I don't know if I'll play early again or just not play.
I can't carry anymore.
A berserk barb. Yeah. Super common. The guy who made the original Pit Berserker that all modern Pit Berserkers descended from.
Not in town.
I used to do Super Mario World stuff with him. Tool assisted speedrunning. He also, last year I think, found the 1.08 Stormspire using the Infinite Magic Find in 1.08.
I am overburdened.
He found it on stream, but like with no mic, so it's just silent video, I think. I'm not sure if the game sound was on.
I am overburdened.
Like I watched it, the VOD, but I don't remember, you know, the details. Okay, we'll check the halberd. If it's ethereal, it's not.
Stay a while and listen.
But he made the original Pit Berserker in like 2010 or something. Or if it wasn't the first one, then it was like there were no guides. His was the first guide that I'm aware of. Did I even finish? Or did I only do the bottom half? Nah, it's that was his name. Chaos. Oh. So you just, is that for hitting the 3 main guys and then seal popping? I see. No, but he made it long before Sweet Phil or Dobrensky.
Good day.
Yeah, me too, Thrasher. Too many buttons. So then do you go check Act 1 for experience shrines before killing Diablo? Or do you not even kill Diablo?
Impossible.
Hello.
I am overburdened.
Alright, I guess I need to gamble.
Good day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot that you play Realm.
Welcome to the desert rain.
Uh, like my default perspective is like, oh, all of my viewers are single player and time travel just like me. But the reality is not that. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Heavy, heavy. Saying it out loud slows me down so that I don't accidentally sell a vampire bone glove. Because otherwise I'll sell it back and then be like, oh, that was a vampire bone. Whoops. Heavy. Vampire bone. Heavy. Okay. And then I'll buy either the glove or if I see a circlet. Just to use up a little bit more money. Yeah, D2R, you get to use the terror zones, which makes it a lot simpler. Okay.
Your presence honors me.
Good to see you.
Like, I don't know how long it takes because, you know, I haven't done it. I just know that it's less long. I've never had a character level 99. My highest, I can't remember for sure, it was either like 94 or 96.
I can't carry anymore.
But also 99, like, reaching it isn't specifically a goal for me, so much as getting to a certain area and farming it, or area, or, you know, other target. Doesn't have to be an area. Could be a certain item or character level for gambling or whatever. Okay. I'm kind of curious, like, if I don't die, how many runs should it take from here to level 99 on this guy? But I'm sure the answer is a number that I don't really want to know. And this would definitely not be the optimal way to reach 99. Cows is better. Especially if you go stand in the corner and let a Javazon kill them. Hunters, guys, that shield. Not ethereal. Okay.
Great Ales.
Mildly interesting. 3 to minimum damage, 2 to maximum damage. I always think it's kind of funny when the minimum damage is higher than the maximum damage. I probably never use this, but it's a neat item.
Yes.
Back. Bolts, bolts, bolts. Wow, I think I just picked up 2 garbage items. Fast hit recovery, poison resist 11. Well rolled, not perfectly rolled, and the resist that's least useful, generally speaking. But, you know, it's a nice one. It's one that probably should get a screenshot, but I don't care too much about hit recovery charms. And poison resist is also one that I don't care a whole lot about. If it had been 12, then I would have done it because it's perfect. So. But yeah, good charm. Just not good for what I'm looking for, I guess. Heavy gloves. I thought that said heavenly orb. Whoops. Yeah.
Good to see you.
Like a energy shield sorceress, or I mean really probably anyone that's running ancient tunnels could use it. I think the ghouls and the mummies both do poison. Or whatever, the hungry dead, whatever that guy is called. And the embalmed. Those two monster types. Maggot layer. In theory, the druid who uses what's that called? Cyclone armor would want good poison resists. Since the cyclone armor doesn't affect the poison damage.
Yes.
The cyclone armor. Yep. $95 Zealer. Yep. Yeah, my highest was I'm pretty sure a Blizzard Sorceress. It's either that or I ran my brother's Strafe Amazon on single player, and the Blizzard Sorceress was also single player. I just don't remember how high I got her doing Eldritch runs in 1.09. I think. It's been a long time. Let's go downstairs. And I don't remember if, you know, what level I got her up to. I'm pretty sure it was an even number. I just don't know 96 or 94.
I can't carry anymore.
Meh, 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 meh. What was I trying to pick up? Ring.
Good day.
Show me godly Archon plate of the whale. No. Unlucky. So today I learned after, where was it? When Itai said this, that this little symbol means it's trying to translate the message. I didn't know that. So now I'll have to hover over it anytime I see the little symbol. Either that or figure out how to go in the settings and turn off auto translation. It's probably a better solution.
I am overburdened.
Mm. Shay. Alright, craft a vampire bone glove. Amulet, towel. 103 attack rating, 8 life. So vampire bone gloves of Nova Shield becomes... Oh, it had magic find. "22 magic find, attack speed, 12 crushing blow." Oh, for a second I thought the 32 enhanced defense was lifesteal. I was going to be pretty happy. I'll keep it. Pain touch. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I guess my Duriel farmer will probably end up using laying of hands. But if not, then this could be interesting. 12 crushing blow, 22 magic find. The attack speed wouldn't matter because whirlwind, but that was everything, right? Yeah. Okay. 70% from pits. Probably can't turn it off, yeah. Zeal gloves, interesting. For my, let's see, what character would I use Zeal on? Who knows? You know, put passion on someone and then go Zeal mode for my Zeal Necromancer. Hitting 12 frames per attack with Zeal. Hand scythe. Alright, topaz.
I am overburdened.
Meh, 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 meh. Lion helm I can't pick up
I
yet.
can't carry anymore.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Okay, I need to... Oh, I have a vampire bone glove. So I don't need to mule off quite yet. Let's throw these downstairs. Oil potion, what? It jumped under my mouse.
Good day.
Amazing. That was a very important stash to open. Skipping was not allowed. Oops.
I am overburdened.
Greetings.
But then you mess it up and pick dodge, avoid, evade as well. So all of your zeals get interrupted. S tier.
I am overburdened.
But I wanted the razor bow.
Yes.
3 curses. War Scepter. Isn't Vengeance? I think it doesn't spawn on Scepters. Like Holy Shield? I think so. But it's much easier to get unallowed or disallowed staff mods in 1.07 than it is in later versions. Oh, it is allowed?
Good day.
Bummer, I thought I was lucky. It's pretty common for people that make beta Call to Arms to run a War Scepter rack in 1.07 to get a Holy Shield Scepter. Especially if they get Holy Shield with either Meditation or Redemption. Those are common second staff mods to get on the beta Call to Arms when made in a Scepter.
I am overburdened.
What? I thought... Oh.
Good to see you.
I thought wrong. Smite is illegal. Fire golem. Oh. Ah. Yeah, if you're in Iraq, it's you know, then you can use the Larzak reward to just give it 5 sockets, so you don't even need it to roll with sockets. And a good map, you can touch the rack every 11 or 12 seconds with the sorceress. Oil potion. Blade bow. But I haven't done any scepter running. If I decide to make a beta call to arms, then I probably will. But until then, there's no need. Because I don't intend to use call to arms on my druid. But we'll see. Palrosh's amulet.
Stay a while and listen.
Time will tell. But I've never made beta bramble, So I might even be willing to cube runes up to try to make Sur rune if I were to make beta rune words. Just because I haven't ever made one before.
Greetings.
Hello? But yeah, and then there's probably a bunch of High Council in 1.08 in my future. So I might be able to get a lucky rune drop there, but those are even more rare than 1.07. So. And I don't anticipate doing much Hellforge rushing.
Greetings.
I won't 100% rule it out, but it's unlikely.
I can't carry anymore.
And if I do 1.09, which I don't know that I will, then probably what I would do there is players 21 lower Kurast. Or and you know, 20 players 21 I would go open every poppable. There's, I don't remember the player setting, but there's like some not totally awful results on some of the player settings there for the super chests. Not good, but potentially viable. Still probably worse than Hellforge rushing for the time commitment.
Yes.
Hmm. Probably about an hour left today that I'll keep playing. There's the Grand Charm. Jewel. Paladin Shields was a trap. I started picking them up. I was like, oh, I'll pick it up if, you know, at the end of a run, if my inventory has
I can't
space
carry
for it.
anymore.
And I knew that was a trap. Eventually I would just start picking all of them up. And behold, now I pick them all up. Find Grand Charm of Life. Let's see, 2 and then 11 and 4 as a small charm. Okay. Ooh. 1% away from perfect enhanced damage ruby jewel with no suffix.
I am overburdened.
They cap at 25 here. Okay. 45 life grand charm with no prefix. Too bad.
Hail to you, champion.
Hmm.
I can't carry anymore.
Good to see you.
Three fire skills. Oh, yeah. Hmm. $122 attack rating.
Good day.
Oh, fast run walk. I keep those for now. So I can get a second run walk charm set. Either to make another shopper or if I do try to make a 100% crushing blow Amazon, then I'll want her inventory to be completely full of run walk charms because her items will not be. Since the crushing blow stuff doesn't come with run walk. But I think I probably won't try to make that. The idea would be to use multi-shot with it. Let me go here, prepare, and then I'm gonna go
What do you
gamble before my gold gets full. Full plate, full plate. Okay.
Hi there.
Check your pelts. No good. Heavy gloves, please. Heavy, shark skin, heavy. Hmm. Shark skin, heavy, shark skin, cornet of luck. Did I already do? No. Worth it. Alright, let's see what that that shrine was. Was there not a... No, I'm hallucinating. Fair enough. Hmm.
can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Destroyer helm. Okay.
I can't carry anymore.
Hello.
I am overburdened.
Good day.
3 tornadoes.
I can't carry anymore.
Yes.
overburdened.
Hello.
Mm.
Yes.
Excuse me. Come back.
Impossible. I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Okay, hand scythe.
Greetings.
I guess I need to mule off, so I'll go ask Halbu for a pretty
Hail
armor.
to you, champion.
Gothic plate. And Halbu said no. So 1 or 2 stashfuls of junk left. Depending on how fast the next one goes and how I feel at the end of it. Because in my mind, they take about a half hour. In reality, variance can be pretty high. And that's not a super accurate estimate anyway. Let's see, half hour, yeah. Playing Ring Around the Rosie with the bash, as is tradition.
Good day.
Hmm.
can't carry anymore.
I think this is different. Like it does lightning damage or something weird like that.
Greetings.
Venom Ward. No, no lightning damage. Yeah, 10 to 20 lightning damage. Which is kind of strange. Mm.
I am overburdened. Not here.
Occasionally I get one here. But yeah, there's no shrine. My previous map had one. Oh, my previous map had like 1.5. I don't remember why I re-rolled it. Like if there was something specific I was looking for, or if I just wanted to try a new map. "15 life, 20 defense."
I am overburdened.
But if I want to run shrines specifically, then I could do like a fast run walk, probably barbarian, and then come to the stony field and get a map that has like 3 or 4 in a straight line. Darkwood can also do it.
Good day.
And then upgrade all of my flawless skulls. Probably not really worth it though. I would probably only do that if I end up with like several hundred SOJ, and then do it to roll more jewels in 1.08.
I am overburdened.
Greetings.
Mm. But right now I have something around
What do
60
you need?
SOJ. In the ancient past, when I didn't know that I could shop exploding potions in
I
Classic,
can't carry anymore.
I had a shrine runner who farmed exploding potion shrines to do the
Stay a while. and
ruby
listen.
exploding potion magic ring recipe. I think this is like almost, but also not even almost. Like it looks like it should be almost to the untrained eye, and instead it's probably just garbage. Like Shaco out of 10 kind of thing. Three summoners.
Hello.
Hello.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, I just use when I have a gem shrine map, I just use it for perfect skulls only. If you don't already have a gem in your inventory, then 1.07 is biased towards giving you chipped diamond. It will give you chipped diamonds more than any of the others.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, I actually have to get rid of garbage. Fine.
Good day.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I just do Stony Field because that seems like one of the more likely zones to spawn 3 or 4 shrines close together in a row. So you just run past them all, and if they don't have something above them, you check if it's a gem shrine or not.
Good day.
The house in 1.07 isn't very interesting, I think. So I would probably skip it, like I wouldn't touch the super chest. Whatever it can drop, I can get better somewhere else.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Stay a while and listen.
I would probably even just do it in normal difficulty, so that I don't even have to consider the monsters.
overburdened.
Last time I did it when I was doing exploding potion shrines, I did it in normal.
Good day.
Oh yeah, like a first playthrough, yeah, then I do use houses on my first, like if it's a first playthrough through version, then usually I'll go ahead and use the house to farm something. But if I'm just farming gem shrines, then it's because I'm already a high level and full of fast run walk gear. Ashwood bow, that's rare. Sun spirit.
Stay a while and listen.
Okay, so last run, and then I might go ahead and just like shop for 10 minutes or something.
Good day.
But maybe not, because if I start shopping, then I might end up just going for like an hour. So yeah, probably just last run, mealing off, and calling it a day. So... Oh, you know what? If I get... Oh, I have space in my cube. Never mind. I was gonna say if I get a vampire bone glove, then it's gonna take up inventory space while I'm trying to pick up loot. But I have space in my cube. Vampire bone, heavy. Level 30, attack speed, 2 martial arts. Interesting. Self-repair, but not ethereal. Neat. Heavy, heavy. Hopefully that wasn't good for low-level duelists. Casually throws it away. Thank you. I hope to have a productive afternoon after this. And then tonight, if it's not canceled, I'll be watching Dungeons and Dragons game, and then tomorrow I work in the afternoon. So I'll either play early or not at all. because I won't get home until probably
I am
10:30
overburdened.
at night. Wasn't there a sun spirit? Am I crazy?
I can't
I
carry
guess I'm crazy.
Good day.
Alright, and then the stash is full. Yeah, there's nothing there. Okay. So thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Today's finds. Let's see, 9 gold find, 8 poison resist, small charm. The 5 hit recovery, 11 poison resist, small charm. And the 28 life cold skiller. The 3 to maximum damage, no, 3 to minimum damage, 2 to maximum damage, small charm. The Lum rune, which I crafted an amulet with, that was no good. I think I had 3 or 4 Shea runes to craft my vampire bone gloves. And then I also had like 3 or 4 Ort runes to craft my Highland blade. So that's a summary of today.